Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your general read for June 2019. I'm Jade with Yes, Yes, Yes. Welcome back to the channel, and if you are brand new, welcome. Let me tell you what's going on here. We start with the overall cards that I pulled for the 2019 reading. That link is in the box below, as well as my website information, yesYesYes.life. If you're interested in a personal read, you can click on that link or just head straight to the website. And let me know how any of this resonates for you. Again, this is general for sun, moon, and rising, and I'm picking up on energies that are coming through. Let me see what else. Oh, if you do resonate with it, hit that thumbs up button so that I know how you're feeling. It helps the channel out so much. So we're going to start with the three generals, and then I'll go to doing a past, present, future with the Rider-Waite. We're going to start with the Mystical Shaman Oracle card. This is your yearly card, Thunder. And I've talked about this with every general read. So Thunder, what I'm feeling right now, especially because we're getting into the stormy season in the Northern America. I'm in the Midwest, and so there's a lot of thunderstorms. And what that does is it stirs up the energy and basically brings everything up so that we can look at it and then let it settle down. So it's going to move everything around, and you might be feeling unsettled this entire year. I know that Capricorns are getting a lot of pressure because you've got a huge planetary alignment happening that's pressuring you. And I will tell you that I personally love thunder because I love the feeling and the sound of it. So it rumbles, right? I can feel it deep within, and I also hear it. It's a deeply moving natural force. So this is what's happening for you. You are having deeply moving natural forces this year. I think you're feeling it. And I'll tell you, this is your monthly 9 of Swords energy from the Line Strider deck. So you are worried. There's some anxiety. You might be worried specifically about stability. And we'll see if this comes out in the cards, but this stability could be with your relationship. It could be with your personal emotional stability. Maybe you feel like you're going a little nutty. It can also be stability at work or at home. So we'll see if we can get more clarification on that. But I think whatever it is, it's got you worried if you're going to be able to pull all of this off, or if it's something that's going to keep haunting you, because it may be something that you are hoping you can control but can't. And sometimes we have to surrender that, Capricorns. So we'll see if it comes out here. We've got the Rider-Waite deck, and I have pre-shuffled. So we're going to start here. I'm looking for past energies for you, Capricorn. How are you? How are you all doing? I hope I'm feeling a little bit of stress. And it could just be, we're contrary to your season, and we're getting there at least. We're almost exactly opposite of your season. So, you may be stressed just because it feels a little, you might be feeling a little out of sorts and wondering what's going on. So let's see if we can figure this out. So I'm looking for past energies for Capricorn. It could be deep past or recent past. And I'm really trying to just let the cards fall. So let's see, they're a little sticky. But Capricorn, okay, we'll let that one come. For Capricorn in June 2019 in the deep past. Deep past, please. Okay, one more, please. One more, please, for Capricorn. Okay. That one just literally flew. It came out sideways, so we'll talk about it. But it's the Tower. Don't freak out because it's in the past. So hey, but even upright or reverse, the Tower is still indicating change, deep change. We did have the Temperance card. It came out in the reverse. This is Sagittarian energy. You might be having, a relationship or a connection with a Sagittarian, but with it being in the reverse, it's calling us to heal ourselves. It's a call for healing. It's asking for more healing or to take the time to do so. So in the past, it's felt like for you, Capricorn, that you needed to pull yourself out, maybe even tempering, pacing yourself in life or pacing life. Maybe things were speeding up a little bit. And it could be, and feeling like it's outside energy. This is 5 of Swords. The wanting to put your swords down and not fight anymore. Look, you've got people walking away. You're still kind of on guard. It's like there's a truce. you're not comfortable with this truce. You don't quite trust it, but right now you're not fighting, even though everything is kind of out there, right? You've said all the harsh words, and this is the past again, remember. All the harsh words have been said and spoken. All of the lines have been drawn, and it's kind of an impasse. It doesn't feel comfortable. So that's where we're coming from in the past. And of course, this huge tower energy. And of course, this came out sideways, so we'll talk about it. You might have had a resistance to this change, or you might have welcomed this change. That's the, you know, the upside or the downside. But this is a deep change where it comes in for you. It comes in and it changes your life. It's as if you were asking for change, but you weren't quite able to make it on your own. So the universe comes in, something big comes in and shakes everything up. It's that thunder energy even. So I'm not sure, it doesn't feel like this could be deep past, but it could be. So what I'm feeling here is in the past, there was an uncomfortable truce, an uncomfortable situation where there was a need for more healing. And I feel like this tower came in, this situation ended or changed so that healing could be taking place. Hopefully you're feeling that now in the present. But let's see. Okay, we've already got like a card that flips, so we'll look at it. But I want to see what's going on for Capricorns right now in the present in June 2019. Okay. 2 more, please, for Capricorn. June. 2 more cards, please. They're sticking to me. It might be the humidity. I'm just kind of trying to be loose about them too. Okay, that's no, of course you would be waiting for something, getting tired of waiting for something to come to fruition. And also maybe trying to rely a little bit more on your personal ability to heal, to see what's going on. Okay, so this one came out, and this one I'm seeing is an upright. Can we get everything in there? Yeah, I did get a big chunk of cards, so I'm gonna look at all of those at once here. But first, let's start with the High Priestess. This is intuitive, knowing your magic, pulling yourself out of a situation and not being affected by it anymore, and choosing how you're going to react, choosing your next step. Okay, this is good energy to pull yourself away from whatever this past energy, whatever was going on in the past. So even though the tower came in and changed things for you, made a big change, it seems like it's going into a positive direction. Perhaps you're able to get that deep healing that you've been needing, finding more of your personal power, feeling maybe more comfortable being on your own. If this was, you know, a relationship that broke up, something like that. We'll see if there's some more of the stability. Now we're getting a little where we've got this 7 of Pentacles. So this is your suit, and this is the waiting, you know, the planting the seeds and waiting for them to grow. Well, when it's in the reverse, it's not waiting anymore, okay? I feel like, and this would be, you know, money, this would be your basic needs, food, clothing, shelter, health, well-being. But if we're talking about Pentacles, you might have been, this might have been a work situation or a partnership in the past at work, or maybe, you know, you were fired. Something big changed where you needed to develop and rely upon yourself. So maybe you're being pushed into working for yourself. You've planted some seeds, but you don't want to wait for them to grow. You're ready to take action, which is actually quite good at this point. I think that you might be ready to take action. I do think that you're wondering if you can pull this all off with these original cards, this, you know, staying up late at night wondering if you're stable enough. Now again, this can apply to relationship as well. And we'll see if there's some room for growth. This is the card that flew out, the 9 of Swords. So it's the same here. You've got this duplication of 9 of Swords, just wondering, waiting, and worried about it. This is, I actually feel this myself, especially as, and it's interesting because the Thunder card for you here, as the summer goes on, there's a lot of stuff, right? There's a lot of activity, usually outdoors, and that can keep the mind racing. I feel like you have a lot of things, a lot of irons in the fire, right? If this is a job And right now I'm reading it that way because I'm seeing mostly, you know, I'm seeing pentacles, I'm seeing major arcana here, but the pentacles is showing up in your present energy so far. And if this is a job, this is you putting out maybe multiple resumes and seeing if anything's gonna hit. Or this is you really trying to develop something on your own and trying out many different roles to see which one feels the best on. You know, this would be new roles, new types of business opportunities that you want to open. Okay, so maybe it's a donut shop or it's a waffle shop. You know, they're very similar, but you're not quite sure. Just putting that out there. But there's lots of different things that are rolling through your mind that are keeping you up at night twice. Okay, so I would say right now the advice is just to relax and to see what comes into fruition. You're ready to act, but I think that not everything is ready for you. I did say that earlier, that it's possible. So let's see what else is coming up. So we have the Six of Wands. There's victory here. So there is some type of victory. It's the Wish card, the Nine of Cups came out in the reverse. There might be a victory even though you're wishing perhaps for something else, or you might have let your wishes go. This might be, again, this anxiety and that you have to let it all go and surrender it. The World is here, which is a cycle, a full cycle, okay? So we might be having to surrender to stability and the idea of stability and the idea of monetary success. You've even got the Ten of Swords, but that came out in the reverse. I do like that. So releasing some burdens, and this is like ultimate endings, okay? So your victory is going to come when you surrender to the fact that there's a cycle that's coming to fruition, and you're going to release whatever pain, whatever finality you thought was there, release it, right? Whatever you thought you knew, Capricorn, just release it, okay? It's telling me right now, what the cards are saying is that maybe this Tower moment is still shifting and the things are still settling for you. So it's not necessarily the time to full charge in one direction, but it's okay to try those little bits, try those little ideas out, or try those little rolls on for size. We've got Four of Swords, time for relaxation, recuperation, rest, reflection. Give it a little bit more time to sink in. Maybe then, if you give it a little bit more time, we'll see what comes out in the future, then it'll become more clear exactly which direction to go in. King of Wands energy, and this is your exactly the right way to go in. This is the clear, action-oriented, passionate way of moving forward. This is the ruler of his suit. He knows, he's mature, he's wise, he's not only experienced everything in the suit, but he's also learned from it. So I think that you're just almost through your process, but you have just a little bit ways to go. So your success, if this is a work a work situation, where you've been waiting for something to change. And this could be that you were fired in the past, or that you had to go out, strike out on your own to do your own thing, be an innovator. You know, you might be actually inventing things and trying different, you might have to apply for different trademarks. You might have to apply for you know, you're trying something new. You're making a new path is what it's looking like. You've planted even maybe 7 different projects, 7 different seeds here, and you're really wanting them to grow, to take root. And I think you're just getting a little bit ahead of yourself. Just wanting to start something new. I don't know how long this past was going, but you're ready to start something new. Just temper yourself a little bit longer. Know that that cycle is still finishing, and give yourself a little bit more reflection time, just a little bit more, so that then you'll be wise enough to take action, okay? Now, we'll get clarifiers too in the Lenormand deck, but I want to see what's coming up for the future for Capricorn. That was a lot of cards, so there's a lot going on for you currently. Let's see what's coming up in the future. I guess I'm taking everything for you, Capricorn, because it's a big book. Okay, so we're starting here with Page of Swords in the reverse. So this is immature energy in the future. not speaking truthfully, okay, or not communicating, and not, it's the communication that's coming in, it's not quite there yet in the future, okay? So if you're waiting for some kind of word, if you applied for a grant and you're waiting to hear back, it's not quite there yet. We also have the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. So it's going to tie up your money just a little bit. 7 of Wands in the upright. This is a full reading. Hey, hey Capricorn. So you're going to have to lay out your boundaries because it's not quite showing up in the way that you want yet. Okay, let's see. Ace of Cups. So here is something new starting that you're going to probably feel more passionate about. 4 of Wands, and you're going to feel more stable. So what I'm feeling is perhaps you've been trying out new roles, thinking of new ideas, maybe going in too many directions, but once you relax and release, take, a little bit of time off, and maybe not take the first offer, but wait, set a clear boundary with someone who might want to make an offer and wait for it. So maybe just take a pause, just a little bit longer than what you want, because then your stability seems to be coming in. We also have the 2 of Cups. It did come out in the reverse. What that's telling me, because we're talking about work here, is perhaps there's a partnership that is not going to play out properly. So if right now you're toying with the idea of a partnership, in the future, and this partner might be an air sign, so that would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but they could also be younger than you. Your partner may not be the right fit for this project that's really wanting to get started with you, okay? Now we do all of a sudden have some Cups energy, so we could be talking about a relationship, but I'm reading it as a partnership right now because I've been talking about work. Apply it how it works best for you. So if this is, you've been dating a lot of people and you're really wanting to get a relationship going, but it's not quite working out, maybe taking a break from dating, and then in the near future, somebody might try to come in who may want to start something up with you, but really what we're being told here is that you should spend a little bit more time on your own, or wait for the next person, not the first one who's showing up for you in the future, but the one after them, because that's the King of Cups, okay? So when you're going to feel the best, when all of this is going to work itself out, is if you wait just a little bit longer than what you wanted to do, right? This, what you were really expecting to. So this could be at the very end of the month, but I'm actually feeling like we have to push it even one more month until you get into Cancer season, which is your opposite sign. So push it further into Cancer season before you act. If somebody shows up in the near future who seems perfect for your work project, for your heart project, for a relationship, for a couple of dates, see if they are the ones who feel right, but you might have to set clear boundaries, because it may not be the right connection, just with that 2 of Cups being in the reverse. That's why I'm just saying, now you have the power to turn anything right side up, okay? So remember that, Capricorn. If this person is the person, and you want to turn it right side up, bam, you have Ace of Cups, 4 of Wands, and 2 of Cups right here in a row in your near future with the King of Cups. So it could absolutely be a relationship of your dreams. You just have to check that everything is well balanced, that you're mirroring each other, and that it truly is what you are hoping for, okay? But again, you can read it as a business relationship or as a personal relationship, but just hold a little longer and make sure that you're reflecting on it just a little longer. And it's interesting that I'm telling you, Capricorn, to do this, because I know that you don't make moves, you don't do impetuous things. I feel like you're just getting, I think that you've been wanting this for a long time. If it's a new business or if it's a relationship, you've been wanting this for a very long time. You've been planting these seeds and you're just getting tired of doing things on your own. That's the bottom line. Even though you have all of the power to do things on your own, I think you just maybe don't want to do them on your own. And so you're really hoping to manifest a partnership here. So just keep that in mind. Again, that 2 of Cups can be flipped if you're looking at it right dead on, right? Is this the right person for this job with me? Or is this the right partnership for me in relationship? Is this the right partnership for me in work? Do we have the same goals in mind? Do we speak the same language? Not literally, but do we, you know what I mean? Like, do you have the same long-term vision? Ask yourself those questions right away, so that if this person who is, this Page of Swords energy in the reverse, if that energy is incorrect, then you can say no and allow the King to come in. Because nobody wants a page when you have the King, right? This other card flipped out, Hangman. Now it came out, I have no idea if it came out upright or in the reverse. This is great because it's similar to that tower where you can look at it in similar ways, both when it's upright and in the reverse. This is about getting more perspective, okay? So when you are tempted to act, pull back and get just a little bit more perspective. Take a little bit longer than you normally would. I know it might be really hard because you're ready to go. I can see that, you're ready to go, but just take a little bit longer to make your decision to move forward. Make sure that you're getting a fresh perspective, okay? And you're putting yourself there. This is not a hold up from the world. The universe is not holding you up. This is you making the choice to give yourself just a little bit more perspective, okay? And then you'll see maybe what I'm talking about, or at least maybe what the cards are talking about. And this this could be very specific to just certain Capricorns. So again, keep in mind that this is a general read, but you can apply it any way that you want. Now I'm looking for some Lenormand clarifiers, and I'm going to clarify just the present and the future. I feel like the past we can leave there, especially with that tower. So are there any clarifying cards for us in the present for Capricorn, please? Just want to see what's fallen out to clarify for Capricorn. Again, Capricorn, it's a whole book. Okay, so there's some burdens. This would be a story that you've told yourself or that you have picked up along your lifeline, okay? So this could be the story of you have to make all of the money for your household. You have to be the head of household, okay? So there's a burden of a specific story that's probably keeping you up right now, that specific story. It could be that I'm talking about the masculine here, and this could be a masculine role, which would be the head of household, the caretaker, that type of role that you've taken on. Doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine. Now, this is an antiquated role that you have taken on. This is something that has been seeded from lifetimes. Maybe this is something that was told to you for generations. Like your parents said you have to provide for yourself and for others in your family. Your grandparents said the same thing, or this is something that you've learned from both your parents and your grandparents. But there is an ending that needs to happen, a change that needs to occur for this, and I feel like it may be something that has to do with writing. Now this may be you actually writing it down, taking time when you're in that Four of Swords energy and writing down the way in which you want to address life from this point forward. This is a major change. Again, you got Tower energy, major change, but something where writing is involved. It could be you reading a blog or writing a blog, but there's something where that change gets solidified through writing, okay? Now, if this is a financial issue, this could be a will that is rewritten. Maybe you are rewriting a will, or again, this could be a business, maybe your articles of incorporation or a business contract, something along those lines that creates a change, this change that you have in your story that you have taken on. I don't know if this is making sense to you, but I'm definitely going with a story, and it seems to be very specific. So if this is your story, please let me know, Capricorn, because I'm not able to just get a general. You guys want me to be very specific here. Okay, so for near future, we've got we've got two cards that are it came out in a funny way. We've got two cards that are harsh cards, cutting, fast, whipping, okay? So both of these are repetition and quick movement, okay? So the only way for all of this change to occur is if you cut through this past story, and you're going to have to practice it. It's basically like if you're rewriting your story, it's going to take some time for you to feel comfortable speaking the new story. So give yourself some time, repeat it over and over again to make that change. The other thing here is that we're talking about this Page of Swords person. You might need to cut them out of your life, and this might be some type of repetition where if you're really, this could be sexy times too. Sometimes it's a very sexy card. So there could be some kind of deep sexual urges. I'm not quite, let me get another card. I know Capricorn got so many cards out here, but I want to see what that whip could also be giving us in the future here, because there's some potential for a relationship, but also for great partnership in business. Okay, one more card for the future, please. One more card for Capricorn. Capricorn, I love this reading. Even it's rich and deep, and just like you are. So I hope that you are not feeling so heavy by this. I hope that you're feeling that you can step clearly into your karma, because there's some big stuff here for you. Okay, let's see. Anything else for the future for Capricorn? Anything else for the future for Capricorn, please? Okay. Yeah. So you're being told by the cards to move forward in an innovative, cunning, taking care of self way, okay? You have to do that in order to bring some sunlight, in order to get the clarity that you're needing. So if this is business, you're gonna have to change the way things were done for you. I feel like there was a big change in the past already. I know that you're ready to act. Give it just a little bit more time. Just take a beat, take a pause. There might be some rewriting of contracts, perhaps of wills. There might be, your new work might have to do with blogging, something with writing even. In the future, there's going to be a change that's happening perhaps in a relationship or a partnership that pops up. And what will happen is that the cards are saying that really you have to choose yourself first, and you might have to do it alone, even though you don't want to. Now, if you don't want to do it alone, remember, we're going to go back to that Two of Cups, because you have the Ace of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the King of Cups. So the only thing that came out backwards was this Two of Cups. If you want to put this right side up, and this is a person or a partnership, or you just make sure that there's balance, okay? This is just saying that there's an imbalance in the relationship, okay? And it's an imbalance with someone who has a large heart, someone who might be older than you, or who's wiser, or who has been around the block a few times. So if this is someone who shows up and they may be really used to working for themselves, it's going to be an interesting partnership that you bring together. If this person shows up and they are used to being on their own in relationship, it's going to be a really interesting partnership. But this is just saying there's going to be some very conscious and conscientious work that has to be done in order for this partnership to move forward. It's possible. Capricorn, there's a lot here on the table. I really hope that something resonates for you. Let me know in that comment section below. For now, I'll send you all my love. I'll see you guys next time.